What up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee Dee. Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another quick reaction video for you guys. Listen, before we hop into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, comment, like, and share, and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new content. All right. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with this DoorDash girl situation where this DoorDasher filmed this guy in his home when she delivered his food. And she claimed that she was SA'd by this man, and she filmed him on his couch, kind of knocked out, and he, you know, he didn't have on any clothes on parts of his body, from what I'm saying, what I'm hearing, that but she filmed him and she put all of his information out there, and now she's been arrested. So I want to give you a little context to this story. I thought this was crazy. I don't think she realized what she was doing was illegal, that you can't film somebody inside their home. The man was passed out, you know, and there's a lot of people who are defending her, who are crashing out because they want to believe what she's saying. But I'm going to give you some information or backstory on this whole thing, and you can make, you know, the decision for yourself of if she was right or wrong for what she did, and should she be held accountable, or was she an innocent victim? I want to know your thoughts in the comments below, but let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
They just fired me, and the police are doing nothing. I lost my job, and that was my only way to make money to pay my bills.
Breaking news: this DoorDash girl who filmed a sleeping male customer and posted the video online has reportedly been arrested. For context, you might remember this clip, which summarizes exactly what happened.
Guys, so DoorDash just deactivated me 2 days after I reported my assault. 2 days ago on October 12th, 2025, I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver, and I got it on video. The customer who committed a crime against me requested that their order be left at their front door, and when I arrived to their house, their front door was wide open. It was 59 degrees Fahrenheit, all of their lights were on, and they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles. This person's name is Austin, and their last initial is N. I reported this to DoorDash and the police, and DoorDash luckily banned the customer, but the police are doing nothing. I also posted the video that I have of the proof to TikTok, and after a day and a half of it going completely viral, TikTok took down the video for suggestive content and gave my account a strike.
This was one of the most viral and divisive SA-related stories of 2025. The internet was split almost perfectly in half.
So the internet, yes, they were going back and forth of what was considered SA and what was not. Now, this guy never touched her, from what we've seen on video and her evidence and everything. He was passed out on the couch. He was passed out on the couch. Yes, he had his clothes off. He was passed out, though. We don't know what was going on with him, but he was on his couch in his house. He ordered some food, apparently, and said, leave it at the door. And she decided to go beyond that and video him and put his information out there and claim that he SA'd her. You cannot make this up. Now, some of these comments are saying, as a man, I feel unsafe in this world. Somebody else goes to saying, this makes me so happy. Somebody else says, hold her accountable. So there were mixed reactions, but I mean, when you think about it, she said he SA'd her. How did he do that with him while being passed out on the couch? What did he do? Well, how did he? Come on, that's just because you happen to see him on his couch with no clothes on. Now that was crazy, but we don't know what happened. We don't know what he was doing on that. Like maybe he had took something and knocked. Maybe it was. We don't know. That's only an assumption. But for her to say she was SA'd by this man because he's laying on his couch knocked out while she dropped his food off is insane to me. But let's continue.
Now, Livy Rose Henderson is facing felony charges for unlawful surveillance for profit, dissemination of private images.
Now listen, so she was arrested once again for unlawful surveillance because she was not supposed to film him in his home. See, filming in public is different. That's public property, you know, on the public or in public, you can film what you want, but in the privacy of somebody's home, you are not allowed to film in their home. So that's what a charge she was charged with, that unlawful surveillance, and then something else. What is it? Disseminating or surveillance image, probably posting it online for people to see. She gave his name and all of that. This man was crashed out on his couch without any clothes on, halfway down, but he wasn't doing her anything. He was there, and somehow that's him SAing her, and she called the police and all of these things, and then she was shocked that her accounts got taken down and she got a strike and all these things. because she didn't realize what she was doing. So now she's been arrested, but let's continue.
So it looks like we're getting closer to the truth, but the debates and the memes continues.
Just because he can't get arrested for what he did doesn't mean it wasn't fucking weird. Like, first of all, y'all will never see me defending a man, especially for something like that.
They said leave it at the door. This door's open. Should I leave or should I invade this man's privacy? Fuck it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
So let's go over to DoorDash's post, and we're gonna read it. We've seen some tough and sensitive posts over the past few days, and we want to clear the air. No one should ever have to experience sexual assault, harassment, or abuse, and DoorDash never deactivates somebody for reporting it. Full stop. We take these reports incredibly seriously and work closely with law enforcement to investigate and support those affected. In this case, the Dasher let us know about an experience that made them feel unsafe, and that's exactly what we always want Dashers to do. Our team immediately began investigating and has been in direct contact with law enforcement and is prepared to fully support any of their efforts. However, posting a video of a customer in their home and disclosing their personal details publicly is a clear violation of our policies. This is the sole reason that this Dasher's account was deactivated, along with the customers, while we investigated. We've also ensured that the Dasher has full access to their earnings. We know these are sensitive situations, and we want every Dasher to know. If you ever feel unsafe or are experiencing something concerning, come to us. We're here to listen, act, and support.
They're basically saying, hey, listen, if you come in contact with something crazy or whatever, yes, you can report it. But what she did, it didn't have to go down. She was not in legal rights to film this man in his own home. Yes, the door was open. People are arguing about whether the door was open, whether she pushed it open. Whatever the case was as it relates to that, she still filmed him in his home. He was not outside. He was not approaching her. The man was crashed out. The door was open. All she had to do is drop the food and keep it moving. Because I would drop the food, keep it moving. I don't got time to go. She took the extra mile to complain about a man knocked out in his own place because he didn't have any pants on. That's great. I don't know. I just, like I say, you see something new every single day. And just the way people think now is so weird. I ain't gonna lie. It's weird. Let's continue.
That's the DoorDash girl situation. There's still so much unknown here. What was this guy doing? Did he actually fall asleep? What were his intentions? Did he have the front door fully open? Did she push it open further? Did he mean to be out and about with all his stuff hanging out when the DoorDasher came and brought his food? If he didn't mean to, he still seemingly is a liability to DoorDash, and they've gotten rid of his account as well as hers because she posted his personal information online.
Breaking news in the DoorDash case, DoorDash girl has officially been arrested. Hi, my name is Stephanie. I'm a criminal defense attorney, specifically a public defender, and I've been following this case pretty closely since it happened. So I got sent some information this morning. I independently verified it, and Miss Olivia Henderson has officially been arrested on 2 felony charges. Now, why was she arrested on felony charges? Because like I said from the beginning, she's the one who committed the crime, not the individual who was in the home. So let's go through what we have and show you the proof. Now, I blocked out her name, but this is the police blotter, or I blocked out her address and her date of birth. But this is the police blotter, all right? And the arrest date is there, and the 2 felony charges are right here. I'm just zooming in myself to take a look. But we have unlawful surveillance and dissemination, okay? Right there, all right? So this is just the police blotter. I'm gonna show you the actual charges in a second. And this just shows down here that she was issued a field appearance ticket and she has a court date coming up. So this is her. She was given an appearance ticket. She has to come back to court, and I'll show you the court date. On the internet, you could look this up yourself. Incident date is October 12th, which matches to the incident date that she put on our page. And her next court date is going to be December 4th, 2025 in Oswego City Court, which is the town in which the incident happened. So all of this is verifiable on the internet. And here are her charges. Like I said, these were the charges that I thought she could be charged with, and this is what we got. So we have unlawful surveillance and dissemination of a surveillance image. Both are E felonies, which means that prison time is an option, right? Not that she'll get prison time, but she can do prison time on these. They are non-violent felonies, which means that it would be it would not be a lot of prison time, but she can do prison time on these depending on her criminal history. So like I've been saying from the beginning, the person who committed the crime is going to be the person arrested in this case. And the person who committed this crime is obviously Olivia, the DoorDash girl. The man committed no crime, or else he would also be arrested, which he's not. So for all of you guys out there that were defending the man, or I'm sorry, defending the woman, clearly the law says otherwise.
Right. And, I think because we are in a time where so many women just hate men, and men, women can do no wrong and men do everything right. I mean, men do all the wrong and women do no wrong. People just automatically want to defend the woman, even when it's clear that she's in the wrong. This is the thing. If you're so offended or afraid of something, how do you have time to film and do all this? Baby, I don't got time. When I see something that looks sketchy, I'm out. I'm moving fast the opposite direction. I ain't got time to film it and do all that. It's not close to me. It's not affecting me, but I do see it. I'm out. Let me get from this area. I don't know the logic behind all of this. I don't know how people are thinking, but once again, we're living in a society where so many women just hate men and they're just looking to bash a man and take a man down for any little thing, even when he's not right, even when he's not wrong. They don't care. Oh my God, he was just a weirdo. Okay, is it a crime to be a weirdo? If he's in his house once again and he's buck naked and he laying there asleep, now maybe he shouldn't have had his door open because anybody could have came in there and harmed him. Maybe he shouldn't have had his door open or whatever. Maybe he should have had a blanket. I'm just saying, maybe he crashed out. We don't know what happened. But the instructions were to drop the food off, leave it at the front door. That's all you need to do. Boom, here's food. I'm out. On to the next. And all of this could have been avoided. Let's continue.
Also, otherwise, because they did arrest her. They did give her 2 felony charges, 2 felony charges, both of which carry a prison sentence if she goes to trial and loses. She could get probation on those. There's a whole slew of things that she can get, but she was charged with 2 felonies. For video recording him in the privacy of his own home and disseminating that image to the public. And this is why we do not record our crimes and put them on the internet for the world to see. Nevertheless, she has been arrested. She's been charged with 2 felonies for her actions that day of recording an unconscious man in his home who was naked and posting it online for the internet.
Isn't that something? Recording an unconscious man in his apartment. Wow. That is 2 felonies. She got 2 felony charges. Just think if that was switched around. He could have been at the window and put a camera up to the window and then recorded an unconscious naked woman in her apartment. You know there would be an uproar. You know people would be outraged. Oh my God, he needs to be put under the jail. He needs to be this. But this is exactly what she did. She recorded an unconscious man who was half naked but in his place. Didn't do her anything. And all she's supposed to do is she recorded and put his information online, called the police, all this stuff. And now she's facing 2 felony charges when all she had to do was drop his food off and mind her business. Why is that so hard to do these days? But once again, in my opinion, it comes from a privileged mind, a privileged mindset. Oh, you think that as a woman, oh my God, you could just do whatever and you don't realize the law. You don't know that you're breaking the law. And then you want to cry and want sympathy from people for something you didn't have to do. Because you know that if a man recorded you in your place while you walking around half naked or in your mind of your business, you know that would be a crime and you want him to go under the jail. So why would you do it? But once again, they're not thinking. Let's continue.
You was not lying. Here's a video of somebody defending the DoorDash girl after she was arrested.
No, I still think that we're focusing on the wrong part.
Don't scroll, it gets worse.
The jokes, the laughing at her, the ridicule. When at the end of the day, she walks into this house with the door open and a man has his junk out. Now everybody's defense of him still predicates on the fact that
We do know he was asleep because she admitted it to the police herself in her complaint, posted by multiple lawyers, and you can look it up yourself. She admitted to the police that he was sleeping when she pulled up to his crib to drop off the food. Not only the man told police he was out at the bar that night, and when he woke up from his slumber, he seen his door wide open with food by the door. She also only reported this a day after she posted all those videos online. Mind you, she falsely accused him of SA when he was knocked out on his couch. She uploaded a video for profit. So y'all keep on trying to make it seem like Shotty is also a victim in this. I don't see it, because she literally falsely accused him of doing something actually to her, when in fact, bro was passed out on the couch in his crib. It doesn't matter how much proof is put in y'all face, bro. Y'all gotta still find ways to argue.
So as more and more information comes in about the arrest of Olivia Henderson, aka DoorDash Girl, let's show you the original complaint that she has filed because I just got my hands on it. Thank you to one of my very good followers, Daniel, for this information. I will tag him below. So let's get into it. Hi, my name is Stephanie, criminal defense attorney, specifically a public defender. So as we know, DoorDash Girl, called the police originally complaining about a unclothed male in his home. So let's show you the results of that call. Here is the information, the call. She said it was a public lewdness allegation, so that's why it says public lewdness over here. This is just the Oswego PD, tells you the date in which the date was, I have to look down and see, okay, occurred on or received by and disposed of, and it says closed, meaning that they did not find any information to charge the gentleman with, okay? Moving on to the factual summary. So as a class, we're all gonna read this together, okay? So we all understand that Austin committed no crimes whatsoever. On the above date, time, and location, I responded to a public lewdness complaint. Upon arrival, I spoke with complainant Olivia Henderson, who stated that she was door dashing last night at 136 Blank Street, and she arrived at the address to deliver Wendy's. So now we know he ordered Wendy's. Wendy's, was it what kind of, what did he order? Was it fries? Let's see, I don't know. To deliver Wendy's pickup, the male who ordered had the front door wide open, and he was sleeping on the couch with no pants on. Sleeping on the pounds. Olivia stated that she left the food on the front porch and left. She doesn't even tell them she has a video, by the way. She advised me that she called because she did not want this to happen to another female delivery driver. I then responded to the address. I spoke with Austin, who stated he had gone out last night to the bars. He stated that he woke up and realized that his front door was open and saw the photo Olivia left of the food delivered and his door open with him laying inside. Austin stated that he thought he had shorts on in the photo and did not realize that he was actually naked. Again, did not realize that he was naked, sleeping on the inside. Okay? Austin stated several times that this is not normal for him and that he was sorry that it happened, and I advised him that this time there are no charges. However, if it becomes a recurring issue, he could potentially get charged. He stated that he understood and it would never happen again. At this time, there are no applicable charges due to the lack of intent and because Austin was in his home with no view to the public.
Right.
Aside from Olivia being on his private property to make the delivery. Case closed.
Case closed.
Case closed.
This is
crazy. Wow. It's like I was right all along.
Yeah, this is crazy. I'm glad she pulled this information and these receipts. This is crazy. And I'm not surprised that there are no charges on this man. He gave his story. He wasn't out on the if he was outside just waving his private parts all around when she showed up and in front of her, then I could see something else. But he was in there asleep, crashed out. What happened to the SA charge? She said that she was SA'd. How was she SA'd? Where is that? I didn't see that in that. But she posted that to the internet. So, baby, what's y'all thoughts on this? I'm not surprised she's being charged, as she should, in my opinion. Maybe this is a lesson she'll learn not to do this again. But, in the math of all of this, or the awakening of all of this, whatever you want to call it, she's lost her job. Now what? Now who knows? You may be facing some jail time, probation, whatever. Now you're in trouble with the law because of something you could have easily avoided. Oh my God. I once again, I don't know what's in the thought process of their mental or why they're thinking this way, but maybe hopefully she learns from this. And for people who are just trying to defend this, something is not right. Something ain't right in y'all mental. The man didn't do it and he passed out or whatever and thought he explained his story. He didn't do her anything. What possessed her to go out and post all his information and put that out there? That's crazy to me, but it backfired. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments below. What's your thoughts on the situation? Do you think he was wrong? Do you think she was wrong? Do you think they both were wrong? What's your thoughts on this? Do you think she should get jail time? I want to hear what you got to say about this. So please chime in the comments below. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel. Y'all know what it is. And I will catch you in the next one. Bye.